When it comes to achievements, some people spend hours and hours unlocking as many of these as they physically can, whilst others have literally zero interest. You might be someone who's interested in only doing the achievements that unlock things like the Red Protodrake mount, titles such as Champion of the Frozen Waste, or even ones like the Coin Master that reward a toy. One type of achievement that most people are interested in though is Feats of Strength. Now Feats of Strength ordinarily are only obtainable for the expansion that they were released in, and this could even be the new types of Feats of Strength that have been adopted from retail like Cutting Edge Ulduar. As each new expansion comes to an end and the next one begins, there's always going to be achievements that change and you won't be able to get anymore. So if you plan on sticking around till Cataclysm, what achievements should you really get now and start focusing on, because actually some of them are going to take some time. We'll start with one of the least exciting, which would be dungeon and raid emblems. When we go into Cataclysm, it's going to change from an emblem system into a point system, so any achievement from simply acquiring one dungeon and raid emblem all the way up to 2,500 will become a feat of strength. The same also applies to Stonekeeper shards, because Stonekeeper shards will no longer be obtainable, and these are the extra rewards you get from killing bosses in dungeons, whilst your faction has control of Wintergrasp, which with changes in Classic Wrath we know is pretty much all of the time. If you've been doing a lot of TOGC, all of the achievements around the tribute chest will also now become feats of strength. So this will be everything from a tribute to skill, tribute to mad skill, a tribute to insanity, all the way up to what I haven't got at the moment, which is a tribute to dedicated insanity for 10 man. That's using item level appropriate gear in 10 man and obviously clearing it with 50 attempts remaining, or a tribute to immortality where you're doing it with 50 attempts remaining on 25 man with 0 deaths across the raid. So if you're coming back for ICC, it's worth at least getting insanity done on both 10 and 25, but definitely trying to get dedicated insanity and immortality before Cata pre-patch would be a good thing. Also, come Cataclysm pre-patch, it will be easier to obtain the insane title. This is basically one big reputation grind, and at the end of it you get the title the Insane. Well, actually with Cataclysm pre-patch it becomes slightly easier to be able to obtain because they remove the requirement for the Chendralar reputation. This does mean though, if you're exalted with the Chendralar, you will get a feat of strength come the pre-patch called Agent of the Chendralar. Now for things like Valanir, Mimiron's Head and even Shadowmourne when it's available, obviously you can get these feats of strength further forward than Cataclysm, so we're not actually going to talk about those today. Along your travels in Ulduar, if you haven't managed to get Champion of Ulduar yet, or Conqueror of Ulduar, which is the 25-man version, these will also turn into feats of strength in Cataclysm. Getting these is quite easy, especially if you don't bother doing hard modes, because you just need to kill all of the bosses at any point. It's not got to be in the same lockout without anybody in the raid dying. So doing a couple of full normal clears before Cata pre-patch would be a good thing. Now you might be wondering about Herald of the Titans. Well, actually in Cataclysm, Herald of the Titans does become a feat of strength, but it's still obtainable. At the moment, the only stipulation around getting this achievement is the item level that you've got equipped, but come Cataclysm, when it becomes a feat of strength, it also actually says that you need to be level 80. So even though you're probably not going to be able to get it on your main, because your main will be level 85, you can still go back and do this achievement at a later date on a level 80 using level appropriate gear. Basically any achievement to do with Zul'Gurub also turns into a feat of strength, because come Cataclysm we get the reworked versions of both Zul'Gurub and Zul'Aman. Now we could very well get the Chromie time thing that we've got with Onyxia to still be able to go back and do the level 60 versions, which I think we probably will, but it's not worth risking. Just get in there, get it cleared, it's not going to take you long, go with a few friends, smash through it, and make sure you also get done the fishing achievement to fish up Gazranka in Zul'Gurub using the Mud Skunk lure. Now if you don't know how to do this, it's a short quest line where you need to grab an item that starts a quest, go and take it to good old Nat Pagel, then you need to do a bit of fishing in Zul'Gurub, and then you can summon the boss. It don't take long. Another one is because weapon skill actually disappears come Cataclysm pre-patch, anything to do with weapon skill also becomes a feat of strength, such as Master of Arms to raise 4 weapon skills to 400, and so does Did Somebody Order a Knuckle Sandwich, which is to raise your unarmed skill to 400. Both pretty boring achievements to get, but they will become a feat of strength. There is one more in both 10 and 25-man Ulduar that you need to get as well, which is He Feeds on Your Tears. This is to defeat Algalon the Observer in 10-player mode without any raid member dying to Algalon at any point during the raid lockout. So basically, you need to just go in and one-shot Algalon on both 10 and 25-man without losing anybody. Should be easy enough, and obviously the reason that gets removed, or it doesn't get removed, it gets changed to a feat of strength, is because that would be very, very easy to do at level 85. Looking at Nax, both the Undying and the Immortal will become completely unobtainable in the Cataclysm pre-patch, and both of these will also change to feats of strength. The Immortal is actually something that I need to go back and do, which pains me to say, but Gotta get it done. And the final one, assuming I ain't missed anything, is Zul'Aman will also become a feat of strength. So if you haven't managed to go through and do a full Zul'Aman clear, just make sure you get it done. Again, we very well could get Chromie, so you might still be able to do the level 70 version of it anyway, but again, not worth the risk. Just get it done, and then you know you've got that as a feat of strength as well. And that's purely down to the fact that we get a new version of Zul'Aman in Cataclysm. And that's it. If you don't know already, ICC opens on the 12th of October, so not long to go. So you've got a bit of time between now and then if you're a bit bored to maybe try and get some of these, or when you've got some downtime when ICC is coming out and you do plan on continuing into Cataclysm, which, by the way, for those of you that say, oh, it's not even been confirmed yet, we don't even know it's coming, I've got a video coming out which will probably give you a lot of reassurance that we are going to get Cataclysm Classic almost 100%. So be sure to look out for that, and so you don't miss it, obviously hit that subscribe button. Like the video because that really does help out. Consider joining the channel as a member, and I'll see you on the next one.